So you know him from The Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise, but what you might not know is that this Rhode Island native is a massive, and I'm not talking just like a massive Tom Cruise fan. Jared Haibon recently had the chance to meet Tom, not once, but for the second time at the world premiere of Mission Impossible, Dave Reckoning. So good to have you here.
How's it going?
Thanks, good to see you.
I don't know who's a bigger Tom Cruise fan, because when I saw you last week, we were talking about Tom, and we were really just fanboying in our love.
Look, I really am. I mean, I love the movie Maverick as well. I mean, I love every movie he's in, so I'm glad that we do share that love of Tom Cruise.
No, it was great. So we got to go, my wife and I got to go to New York for the premiere, the New York premiere of Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. It's in theaters tomorrow. All you Rhode Islanders need to go out to the theater to go see it. What I love about Tom Cruise, sincerely, I grew up with his movies. I mean, whether it be A Few Good Men. I mean, the first Mission Impossible came out 30 years ago.
That's crazy,
This
right?
guy's been playing Ethan Hunt for 30 years, but what's so cool about all the movies that he does is he really just wants to make the biggest movie you can possibly see on the biggest screen. And that's what's so much fun, because I miss the days of going to a movie theater where like everybody was unified and it was like this big event.
I agree.
And that's what Tom Cruise represents to me.
Yeah.
The idea of you have to see his movies on the biggest screen, and they're the most fun. And it's one of the reasons why I love Tom.
I mean, we've got clips from the movie, and the movie really does look so good. And I also love the fact that he does his own stunts, which is like mind-blowing that he actually does that.
Oh, it's crazy. I remember watching Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. It's the fourth one in IMAX. I went to the Providence one.
Yep.
I'm going to see this one in the IMAX in Providence as well. But rewind a little bit. There's a scene where he's climbing the outside of the Burj Khalifa, and it's actually him doing it. And that's what's so cool about these Mission Impossible movies for me so much, is that when you're watching this film, you know it's actually Tom Cruise on a plane. It's actually Tom Cruise submerged in this water.
Yeah.
It's not CGI. There's no computer effects. It's like, oh my God, that's actually Tom Cruise 10,000 feet in the air, hanging off this plane. This man is insane, and it's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It is. Look, I'm with you. I'm just standing here listening to you too. So what is it like standing? So this is actually the second time that you've met him. What was the first time that you met him?
At Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning premiere a couple of years ago, the Mission Impossible premiere.
Tom's getting a restraining order against you.
Hey, he might. But hey, if I met him twice before the restraining order goes into effect, I'll be a happy guy.
All right, so the second time you meet him, that's what this photo is here. What is it like when you're standing there on the red carpet in New York City for this massive movie premiere, and here comes Tom, and the great part is you were able to bring your son.
Yes, so my son loves Top Gun Maverick. He's still a little young to watch the Mission films, but we show him Top Gun Maverick, and he calls it plane movie. And so I've just tried to install my love for Tom Cruise into my child, and now he knows who Tom Cruise is, and he loves him. We showed him clips from Jerry Maguire. He can't watch the whole movie, obviously. So when we met Tom Cruise, when we had the opportunity to go to the premiere, and they said, hey, you're going to have a minute or two with him, we said, would it be okay if we bring my son? Because, of course, I would want Dawson to meet Tom Cruise. And they said yes, and so when we walked up, Tom was so sweet to Dawson. He looked Dawson in the eyes, and he goes, I'm so happy to meet you. And it was just like, oh my God, Dawson, you have no idea what this moment is like.
You're the coolest kid in school when you get to school.
And it was so sweet, because then I was explaining to Tom that he loves Top Gun Maverick, he knows who you are, and then Tom turned around, there's a poster of him hanging off the plane, obviously, as we were standing there, and he was showing, oh, this is the plane, and I'm hanging on the outside, I'm trying to get in the plane. And so I looked, I said, Dawson, if that's Tom Cruise on the poster, who's this? And pointed to Tom, and he goes, Tom Cruise.
Duh.
And so we all laughed, and it was a wonderful moment. And my son Hayden, who is 10 months and unfortunately could not attend the premiere, but his middle name is Cruise. So we named him after Tom, obviously.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's just, you know, my wife and I were so ingrained in pop culture, and one of the things that we first bonded over, we met on Bachelor in Paradise, she heard me quoting lines from Jerry Maguire. And it was an obscure line. And so she was like, wait a minute. Is that Jerry Maguire? I said, yeah, I love that movie. And she's like, I love that movie. And then we just started talking about our love for Tom Cruise, and that was one of the things that we bonded over. And so we showed a picture of our son Hayden to Tom, and saying, hey, his middle name is Cruise, he's named after you.
And for you, I mean, this has been like an incredible journey from the TV shows to everything else that you and Ashley are involved in. Did you ever think you'd be standing there with him?
No, never in a million years.
Right?
Never in a million years did I think I'd ever have the opportunity to meet Tom Cruise, let alone see him twice. And it's just, I'm just incredibly grateful and lucky, like this kid from Warwick, Rhode Island gets to meet Tom Cruise.
I love that.
Yeah, it's just, I just feel blessed. Like, I just feel blessed. And the opportunity for my son to meet him as well. So it's just not just me, but like my entire family gets to have this moment with Tom. And, you know, he looks at us and he says, you have a beautiful family. And it's
amazing.
Just, yeah, it's an incredible moment.
All right, so one of the other things that people may or may not know is you also have a coffee shop, too, called Audrey's. And because of your love for Tom Cruise and the movie that's coming out, you've made a drink as well.
Yes.
Put it together for us.
And little people know that I named Audrey's after Audrey, obviously from the Road Show.
Of course.
Huge fan of Audrey. I had to name my shop after
Dude, that's going to make her birthday, by the way.
Perfect. Love it. Happy birthday, Audrey. So we had the opportunity to partner up with Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, and we made a latte. So the colors of the film are black and red, so I was trying to think, what coffee we're going to do. So we're going to do an iced mocha with strawberry cold foam.
Got it.
And so it's pretty simple. You just put a little chocolate sauce on the outskirts of the cup to make it look nice. Usually we have a little bit more mixing involved, but you know,
Stevie,
we're on the road show.
Yeah,
it's fine. But a little freshly brewed espresso that I put in a jar and brewed this morning when I had to hustle because I was running late because it's a monsoon outside.
Yes, it is.
But then just a little freshly brewed espresso, splash of milk, whatever milk you'd like. And then, I'll put this down.
Yep, that's okay.
And then a little strawberry cold foam. Mix that up nice, so it's nice and red, just like the colors of the film. Put that red on top.
And people can go down to Audrey's and get this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we're running the Mission Impossible latte right now through the opening weekend of the movie. So make sure you come down this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Of course, go see Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning in theaters. And then afterwards, actually, you know what? It's almost a 3-hour movie. So you come to Audrey's, get yourself some nice espresso, a Mission Impossible latte, wake you up a little bit. Not that you need to be waked up to go see Mission Impossible, because it's a thrill ride.
He's selling it.
I've seen the movie. It's incredible. There's an aerial sequence in here where Tom may or may not be hanging off a plane, and it needs to be seen on the biggest screen. So grab yourself a latte. Go see it in theaters this weekend.
And I also love him in Jack Reacher, too.
The
great movie, right?
Few Good Men, Jack Reacher.
Yes.
The list goes on and on, people.
One of my favorites. We both have a love of Tom Cruise. Jared, thanks for coming in.
Will, thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Okay, so Mission Impossible Final Reckoning is out in theaters today. Actually, tomorrow, I'm sorry. And you can learn more about Audrey's coffee at rojo.com.